Hello YouTube, how you doing today? I just wanted to show you I did solar panels for a pool. Okay, that's the pool, and these are the solar panels that I built. Um, Basically, there's 10 panels here to heat this pool, which is 16 by 32. Anyway, there's 10 panels that have been installed. They've been built on a platform that's 16 feet wide by 24 feet high. And it goes up on a 15-degree incline, which I found to be very easy to work on. Any steeper than that, I think it would be very difficult to stand on the platform without sliding. So 15 was perfect actually, and that was so that was that. Basically, okay, what it is here is I'll show you up close now. Basically, the water. Okay, I'll show you up close here. The water comes in from the filter. It goes into out of the pump, into the filter, out of the filter, and then it goes into a three-way valve. Okay, that's this valve right here. This is an electric valve. Okay, and it's controlled by this control right here, which is your aqua solar controller. So this valve here has 3 positions. Okay, and basically one position sends water out. Okay, as you can tell by the arrow, it goes along, and then it feeds into the panels on the bottom. Okay, and then what you do is you always connect the panels on the farthest from where it fills up. So you see right above it, I plugged both ends. Okay, and then the water would run up to the next, and so on until it got up to the top. And as you can tell, it connects over here, and this is the return. Now the return runs down. Okay, and as you notice, I put low point drains on it so that in the winter I could drain the water out. Okay, it runs along, and as you can tell, I put in temperature gauges, and basically this says solar panel temperature. Okay, so that'll tell me what the temperature of the water in the solar panels, okay, at this time. Now, of course, the water's stagnant, but it should all flow together. Now, next to it is a sensor, okay, which will connect to that panel I was telling you about, which will go under the solar panel terminals, which will tell you the temperature at the panel. Okay, but if you notice, I put a check valve, which is right here. That's the check valve. Okay, you need to put that in because you don't want the pool water and the solar water mixing together, so you can have the temperature differential. Plus, when the valve switches over to the return rather than to the feed to the solar panels, you don't want that pressure to back up into the solar panels. You have a check valve there, and it bottoms out right there. Okay. So basically, there's also a sensor right here. Okay. Now that sensor there is that senses the pool temperature. Okay, and again, a wire runs from each of those sensing bulbs, which runs back to that panel. Okay, and those sensors, they work off of resistance. So as the temperature increases, the resistance changes, and the panel senses that. So that's how it tells you the temperature. Well, let me show you I'm going to show you the panel now. Okay, this is our panel, and the name of these solar panels is a company called Enersol. And basically, my girlfriend and I, we decided to do this, and she said, "Let's do it. Let's get this thing going." So, basically, the pool temperature is here. See, it says P, 59 degrees. Now if you hit the button once, okay, it says C, which stands for solar collector. And it's 58 degrees in the solar collectors right now. Then the next is an error because that right there is not being used. Okay, that's an auxiliary sensor. Then, okay, it's 90. Okay, that's the temperature. As you can tell, I can adjust it. That's the temperature you're desiring the pool to be at. Okay, that's your desired temperature. Okay, basically what this does is you leave it in the automatic position, and what will happen is if the temperature, the pool temperature, and the collector temperature, if the collector temperature is more than the pool temperature, it'll cause this valve to change positions. Now, right now, it's in the position where it's on return. It's not feeding any water through the solar panels. Okay. Now, if I go and I put the position to solar test, that will cause the valve to open up. Now, let me show you as I do it. Okay, I'm going to switch the switch now, and you're going to watch it do it. As you can tell, you can see the valve changing. Now that's doing is that's taking the water automatically, the valve, and it's diverting the water through the solar panels now. And so on. Now that's going to cause my pressure to go up on my gauge, which is telling me that I have a certain amount of pressure going through the lines. And as you can tell, it's going to climb up. The pressure coming out of the pump is 20 psi. Now as soon as the pressure equalizes, you'll see that it's going to climb up. It's just getting some of the air out right now. And it's climbing a little bit. It's climbing a little bit, but that's basically what that is. Now we can switch that back to the other position, and we're going to put it back to auto. Now that will cause the valve to go back to the closed position so that no water is diverted through the solar panels. Now, automatically, the panel will open and close this valve if this temperature here, this sensor, senses a higher temperature than this sensor over here, which is your pool temperature. I ended up putting in my own thermometers, which is the pool temperatures here, and this is the solar panels. Just an added safety, for myself to just tell. And it also will tell you how accurate, you are with this panel. Of course, this panel probably works a little bit, probably not as accurate as these because it works off of resistance, and it's digital. Let me take you a walk around the panel, that I built. Basically, this is 2x6 construction. Okay, I built it on 24 on center, and I used 4x8 pressure treated plywood, and all the lumber I used was